I got a couple of minutes. Y'all forgive my screen because my kids broke my phone. And I want to talk about my girl Candace Owens. Yeah, I want to talk about Candace Owens. Because what is happening right now is everything that she said will happen. Now, right now, what they're doing to my girl Candace Owens is trying to discredit her and make her crazy. And they are using the death of Charlie Kirk to do so. They're trying to make it seem like she's going crazy and losing her mind and need time to grieve. And if you know Candace Owens, you will know her to be a strong black woman. And I believe she is operating in sound mind, not operating out of emotions unchecked. Is this time for Candace Owens an emotional time? Absolutely. But I want to be one of the people who step up and say that I support Candace Owens without any negative side jargons on the side. You know, a lot of black people always be like, I mean, what she said, she have some points, but I just can't get with it. No, I stand with Candace Owens, and she needs to be protected because what she is doing is uncovering a PDF file link in the people in the world that are in power. And this is what a lot of people are not understanding. They're wondering why is Candace Owens so caught up on Bridget McCrone? Because who Bridget McCrone was before Bridget was someone connected to a very, very big, large PDF file ring filled with a bunch of rich, powerful people. And people really need to turn their ear to her and stop counting her out so quickly and thinking that this is all about conspiracy theories. She has been very open about where her sources is coming from. She's been very open if they're verifiable or if things could change. You know, she's not throwing stuff out as if it's solid facts unless she know for sure it's solid facts. And she is really on to something. I've been following Candace Owens for a while, ever since that gotcha moment with T.I. That actually made me go and look at her. Because one thing about me is I'm always the kind of person, if I see the media is trying to tell me to hate somebody, I go and look into that person before I decide whether or not I want to dislike them. And this is how I learned that the media plays a lot of dirty tricks on us. This is how I transferred from being more of a leftist to being conservative, when I start realizing the tricks and the games the media likes to play with us. And when I realized that all these media outlets had came against Candace Owens during that time where she was talking about black issues and trying to call her a coon and stuff like that, you know, I went, and that's when she gained a follower. Because as I sat and listened to her, I started watching her speeches. I started listening to everything she had to say. And she really, really opened my mind up to another perspective. And I really, really appreciate the work that Candace Owens does. I used to be somebody who was very liberal, very pro-black, very Dr. Umar type of person. I used to believe like that. And Candace Owens, listening to her, helped me break those chains of bondage that was wrapped around my throat, not allowing me to strive because I thought I was being held back by the white man. And as I listened to Candace Owens and continued to follow her, she started diving into these rings with these scientists. And these scientists, she found out, were a bunch of PDF files. She started finding out of a bunch of things that they were up to, a lot of the things that they were doing. I made a video a while ago about how scientists found out how to keep what they consider stupid people from having babies. And all of that went to the Jeffrey Epstein files. And then that all connected her to this Bridget McCrone person. And so that's just to catch some people up, because she's not all uptight about Bridget McCrone being born as something else. That's the small part of the picture. The bigger part of Bridget McCrone is who you were before you were Bridget. And this is what a lot of us don't know or understand with this case. And Candace Owens, and with that being said, Candace Owens is tapping into some information that is very dangerous. And her life is really in danger. And now what's happening is they having all these major podcasts come up and speak against her, come up and try and convince the public that she's going crazy and losing her mind. And a lot of these podcasts, when you see them and that's their narrative towards Candace Owens, even the ones who try to act like, well, we had her back against the Daily Wire, and now they're trying to say we think she's unhinged. Be careful. This is what they do when people start tapping into information they don't want you to know. And she is connected to some people who is giving information that is going to expose the darkness of the people in power. These very people that we all have given the initiative to make our laws, to to not only be our lawmakers, but these are our rulers, our big corporations, our doctors. These are the people writing our educational books and stuff like this. This is the kind of stuff that she's pointing out. And they are all connected to harsh SA charge type of stuff in their past. And this is what she's bringing up. If you look at the Bridget Macron situation, everybody who stepped up to defend Brigitte were all connected to some type of SA somewhere. And it's all public, verifiable information. Everybody that she's been calling out with this information that's connected is all a part of this PDF ring. This is why it's so important. This is why they're trying to make her be quiet and silence her. And this is also why they need the public to not believe anything that's coming out of her mouth, because what she is saying is information they don't want the public to believe. Because if so, that means the public will rise against the people in authority and start demanding answers and wanting to know what's going on. A lot of these missing kids, a lot of this stuff that's been going on over the years has been people in power and not just your regular person. How they try to sell us Jeffrey Dahmer, and make us think that the people that's doing this are weird creeps that's in their basement watching corn all day. No, she's letting you know that a lot of this stuff, a lot of these missing kids, a lot of this PDF rank, a lot of this stuff is coming from people in power that own major corporations, that are presidents, and that are rulers of countries. That these are the people that are involved with the type of trafficking that we are hounding down our president about. It's a big picture about my girl Candace, and I want to be one of the black women to say that I stand with Candace Owens 100%. Without no negative connotation to the side. That lady is a boss journalist. And she knows what she's doing, and she knows what she's talking about. And if ever she's wrong about something, she's so humble to come forth and say, I was wrong about this, and my ideas or my views have changed about this. This is one thing I like about her. She's so real and transparent. And people got to stop being so quick to grab the propaganda. You're going to have to do the work to know what she's talking about. You're not going to be able to understand what Candace got going on by taking clips of her videos that people are taking to push narratives. You're going to have to go and do the work. And there is a series that she's doing about Brigitte Macron that if you take the time and you go and find out why she's doing what she's doing, you will learn that she has these followers for a reason. If she was really talking about stuff she had no clue about, she would not be she wouldn't have all these millions of followers. There's a lot of people that is listening to her and is receiving her studies and what she had found out about our grade, not only just the government, but with all the nations together, because they all work together in some kind of way with all of the stuff that they have going on with the children of this world. The people of power doesn't only affect or, maintain in America. They're the people of power in all the countries. And that's why she's been on this Brigitte Macron person's neck. And she messing with very dangerous information. And I'm praying for her protection. I'm praying for her family's protection. And that she's surrounded with people she can trust and that she love and that love her. because she is really in danger with the stuff she's uncovering. Y'all, is real out here. This is a spiritual warfare. And a lot of people, they did a lot of turning people against Candace, especially her own people, during T.I.'s gotcha moment. And that was a real hindrance to the work she's doing, kind of, because the truth will prevail. And that girl podcast is on fire, and it wasn't nothing Ben Shapiro could do to stop it. It wasn't nothing none of the other people who tried to stop her could do. And when it comes to Charlie Kirk, she's connecting. The first thing I thought, whenever Candace started taking over this Candace or this Charlie Kirk situation, the first thought that came to my mind was, well, they got her off of Brigitte Macron's butt, didn't they? Because she went hardcore on Charlie. So when the conversation comes up was, well, was Charlie taken out because of her? I don't think y'all understand that she's not on some selfish, this is my friend, rant that people are trying to make it seem like. They really wanted to shut her up, and they really want to shut her up. And sometimes they don't come for you. And Charlie Kirk was providing platforms with the following and the pull that he had for people like her and Tucker Carlson to come up and spread their difference in opinions. So it could be connected to her of why Charlie Kirk had to go, because not only was he a person that make people think, but now you're rising up people like you and giving them a platform, and y'all are becoming too powerful together. Somebody gotta go. And it just so happened to have been him. So is it a possibility that Charlie Kirk's assassination could have had something to do with Candace Owens digging into this Brigitte Macron situation? It's a possibility, along with a lot of the other things that he was doing. They were really messing with people in dark places and high powers in the dark places that the Bible tells us the war is against. And Candace Owens need to be protected, y'all. Y'all have to listen to her. Stop following these people with these podcasts that is speaking against her, because they are being paid to. She even have shown emails and stuff of other content creators showing her the emails that are going around bribing people to speak against her. And as she's been telling us, as she's going through this Brigitte Macron situation, there are many people that have turned down money and turned down different offers of people in power to smear her. And they've reported to her about it. And she reports this stuff, and she has a very fine way of talking to us and making it clear to people about what's going on. So I highly encourage y'all, do not listen to what nobody has to say about Candace Owens. Listen to her yourself. Listen to understand. Don't go in listening like, oh, okay, let's listen to her because she got 3 seconds or she outed her. Because if you go with your heart hardened and closed, you may miss what she got going on. And it's going to take some time of binge watching her. Not only is she informative and she's smart and very good at journalism, she funny. I love her sense of humor. Like, you got to love her. She has fun on her shows. And if you actually just give her a chance, you will find out she's a very lovable person. So shout out to Candace Owens, girl. I am praying for you. I am rooting for you. And I support you 100% from the very beginning. I really, really, really hope that you and your family are safe and that y'all get somewhere, and at some point it's just like, is it even worth it? Because all these people in the world, they be so ready to turn on you. They be so ready to bring you down when you are really trying to give out information. It's like a scary movie when a famous person is screaming out on TV that they need help and running for people, and everybody in the audience is laughing like, look at them entertaining, and they like, help, everything's going wrong, and all the audience is like, look at Chris Brown, he tripping, y'all, look at how he but the whole time he's screaming for help or something. I just use Chris Brown randomly, but that's how we do celebrities. So Michael Jackson, we did Michael Jackson that way, and Candace Owens talks about that. what they call him, Wacko Jacko. Now they're calling Candace Wacko. Every time they get to doing conspiracy or conspiring against a person, they begin to perform the same ritual, which is we have to discredit her. She either's going to be a drug addict or mentally insane. We got to turn the people against her, and we got to make sure she goes crazy. That's why she also had to put it out that I am not suicidal. I love my life, and she's standing on that because she know that that's what the media would do. Oh, the situation with Charlie Kirk was too hard on her. She went crazy. She lost it, and we found her unalived, self-inflicted harm because she couldn't take it anymore. And that's the kind of stuff our media does. And then everybody will start talking about it. And it'll be on The View. It'll be on The Sherry Show. It'll be on everybody's celebrity that's being paid to tell us or inform us. And then we'll forget about it. That's what they're banking on. But if people could actually understand and see what Candace Owens is doing, that will not work. Because just like it didn't work, there's three things happening right now. Okay, so y'all know I'm going to do another video on the Kenneka Jenkins situation. The Kenneka Jenkins situation is a story where they tried to give us a story and it didn't work. We didn't believe nothing they said. We didn't believe not one thing that came out of this Charlie Kirk story that they gave us out of his assassination. We don't believe it, not 1 second. And if something happens to Candace Owens, it's going to be loud and clear. It's going to be loud and clear that there are people in power that is doing this, that is doing the doing. So, y'all, we got to start, paying attention. Stop being so quick to be dismissive because a celebrity or somebody we like has been under the table paid to turn us against a person. Stop not liking people because somebody told you not to like a person. We too old for that. We got too many resources now. We got to start listening and weighing out the options and taking what makes sense. Use our own brain. We are not just to be told stuff. We have a brain for a reason. And Candace Owens, I'm just going to encourage people to go back and follow up on all her older videos. Don't listen to what these people are trying to say about her. Do not listen to the media trying to tell us that she's crazy. Do not listen to these podcast people trying to say she's a bad friend of Charlie Kirk for looking at this. She said off top, if Erica tell me to stop, I'm going to stop. It's a reason Erica didn't say anything or haven't said anything. And we have to be very careful because her covering has been removed. Erica is now uncovered. So anything that Erica is doing, she has to protect her and her babies. She don't have a man in her house that she can trust is for her in her protection. She is now surrounded by all the suspects of Charlie Kirk. It's a chance that she may be in fear of her life, rightfully so. Her husband just got assassinated by Lord knows who. And it's just her and her babies. And she got all this attention on her. She got all these people in her ear. She got all this stuff going on. It's not safe for Erica to tell the truth. She just had to watch her husband go out in a horrifying way. It's not easy, and it's not going to be just easy for her to come forth and tell the truth. And she got kids that she got to protect. And if she haven't said, all right, Candace, now this is enough for Candace to stop, that's screaming loud to me. That Candace is being a voice for somebody who can't have a voice. And I hate that I'm even saying this because I feel like I'm giving it away. But I just want other people to be able to understand that Candace Owens is in a sound mind. She's smart and she's well connected. And that there are people and good people in this world that have answers that is needed to know what's going on with not only Charlie Kirk, but the stuff that's happening in the world. That's what journalism is. A lot of us don't understand what journalism is. Journalists, they go out and they get the information, the truth about it. And a lot of times when the news is telling us stuff, the news is lying to us about stuff, it be journalists that be like, hey, I just want y'all to know the news lied. This is what I found. And a lot of people don't want to listen to journalism, and they will rather turn right to the people that's fooling them. That's why it's a saying that says it's easier to fool somebody than it is to convince them that they've been fooled. So be careful, be vigilant, be watchful for those who are trying to fool you to go against Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a true rebel. You know, a lot of people like to throw the COON word at her and act like she's a house Negro or whatever like that. But she's the furthest from that. And y'all was saying that when she was speaking on black issues, but y'all don't have nothing to say now. She's tackling into some stuff that has nothing to do with black people and is actually costing her life. That should let you know that she is just a person about truth. And she stands on truth, no matter what truth it is. And that's why I like Candace Owens. And that's why I support her. I'm going to get off of this, y'all, because my phone is about to die. And I do want to save and repost this video. I hope y'all got something out of that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And y'all be blessed, man. And shout out to Candace Owens. She not crazy. She not suicidal. And ain't nothing wrong with her. She's not on drugs. And she's very smart and intelligent. And I suggest 100%, y'all, go follow Candace Owens and catch up on what she's doing. She don't care about Bridget McCrone being born a man for that alone. Y'all need to understand that who Bridget McCrone was before Bridget was somebody connected to a bunch of nasty stuff. And they're trying to keep that covered up. That's why the age difference between Bridget McCrone and its husband is such a large gap. It's like 100-year gap or something like that. And that explains a lot, and it's a reason that they're working so hard to silence her. Y'all stay vigilant and stay watchful, and prayers for Candace Owens' safety. In Jesus' name, let her be covered with the full armor of God and the blood of Jesus.
Don't know where to go, trying to learn how to cope, cause I've been broke before, but I have never been this low. Got me crying out to God with my face on the floor like flow.